And I finally saw Mics and Men. Mics and Men was possibly one of the greatest Wu documentaries I've seen. Not only Wu-Tang documentaries because they have about 10 of them, but hip-hop documentaries in general. Not only because you get to focus on the impact that they laid, but you also get to know the mortal men that created the magic. And I wanted to focus on one of the main portions that was an eye-opener to me, which was Old Dirty Bastard's part. And that part to me was a tearjerker because we get to see also the decline that Dirty went through in 2003. When Dirty came out of prison, it was like he was a shell of his former self. Prison mentally scarred that man, and he went through so much trauma. He was beat up by guards, he was assaulted, he was harassed, he had death threats every day. Dirty even said himself that he didn't even sleep for the 3 years he was there. Then, also in another documentary that Dirty did, which was in 2003, which was featuring him and his prison release, he talked about Wu-Tang not seeing him. And I'm trying to figure out why they didn't include that. I wanted to know the answers from a lot of the Wu fans, why, not Wu fans, but the Wu members, why they felt that way. Why Dirty felt that way. Like, is it because Dirt was out of it? I'm like, I want to know what happened between that situation, why Dirty felt that way. That would never answer. Even though RZA, he talked about his plan to get Dirty out, put $500K in his pocket, help him lose weight, and come out with a banging album. I felt that Dame Dash came through as an opportunist and tried to milk the cow, so to speak. It was a two-way street because Dirty, he had 8 kids, he had legal fees to take care of, and he had to get back to work. But then again, on the flip side, his mind wasn't right. He clearly was out of it. I mean, the last 4 years before he got released was rough on Dirty, man. And you could see it. You could see it in his eyes. His head was gone. Look at the studio scene where him and RZA was doing the track, and you could see it Dirty. He was mentally checked out of there. Like, his whole creativity, his aura was gone. And I think a part of it, too, is that he felt that the drugs gave him that creativity. That's how a lot of artists operate. When they get on drugs, they feel they hit creative highs. But when they get off it, it's like another world to them. And you could also say that mixed in with all that, he had a legit reason to believe that somebody was out to kill him. He even said it in a lot of his raps. He said that on the Diesel track, I need help. The government is after me. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. They already did Tupac. They already killed Biggie. I even looked at another documentary from Dirty where they said they even put chips in him. Dirt been through a lot, man. And I wish that the Wu family would have embraced him even more. That was a mistake on their behalf. Now, I can't speak for all of them. Method Man said he visited Dirt. I don't know about the scenario behind that documentary and its details, how true it is, but it was a true reflection on, I believe, trying to make RZA to look like kind of like a snake individual, when in reality we really don't know the true story behind it. Because I didn't know about RZA's step plan to get Dirty back in shape and back in good health until this documentary dropped. So, you know, there's an old saying, there's an answer, there's a two-way answer to everything. But I was wishing that he probably would have been better off following off RZA's step plan and getting his health back and getting his mind back. But then again, he needed money right there. And The Rock was popping at that time. Wu-Tang wasn't really popping. And he looked at the money scenario, get him $1 million deal to help him get on his feet and possibly come out another album and make a comeback. So it's kind of hard to really see, but nevertheless, I just hated to see Dirt in his final days go out like this. He was a very charismatic, talented individual, and without his magic, it seemed like the Wu was never the same at all. A lot of this stuff that you see these crazy people talking about Dirty. Man, I mean, not Dirty, but Wu-Tang, man, look. You think a nigga like Action Bronson and Joe Budden could go at Wu-Tang like that? Man, Dirty would have literally ripped Joe Budden the eyeball out and eat it. So, with the magic that Dirty brought it shows right there that it's never going to be the same. And you can clearly tell with the chemistry when you hear on those later records, starting with Dirty being incarcerated and starting later on when you hear the later albums up to now. And the EP is pretty dope. Definitely check that out. So, rest in peace, ODB. We miss you. Big salute to your son for calling our show and showing us a lot of love. We hope to get him back on to really talk more about it. You're doing a great job of fulfilling your father's shoes. So big salute to you, my brother. Rest in peace, Old Dirty. This is King Eric signing out at Off the Cuff Radio. Be sure to tune in Friday night, every night at 9 p.m., 6 Pacific, 8 Central Time. And I'm out.